Increasingly, across the country now, there are women who are poor and of color who are being arrested, shackled, because they engaged in some prenatal conduct that their doctors found to be inappropriate. And so for these women, doctors have increasingly turned over what has always been confidential private information between a patient and the physician to police. So across the country, there have been women who've been arrested right after giving birth, arrested before giving birth, taken off to jail, and as a result, there have been women who've given birth on jail toilet seats in the most aggravated kinds of conditions, in the most unsanitary types of conditions. And that's just one space in particular that we don't interrogate. Do we as a society think that that's appropriate? Is that a dignified way of carrying on a physician-patient relationship? Is that a dignified way to give birth? But there are other issues too that relate to privacy and secrecy. For example, domestic violence. And here's a complicated one. For a number of years, for many years, decades in fact, police treated domestic violence as a private family matter. Therefore, they did not get involved at all, much to the chagrin and disappointment of women's groups and activists. That's an example where, on one hand, perhaps people are willing to concede and let the government get involved a little bit more and say that these are not spaces that are just exclusively private if, in fact, what they do is lead to the harm of women and children. So these are complicated types of issues that it's important for us to talk about.